Welcome to TNM Unplugged podcast, the space when you elevate your heart, you elevate your mind, elevate your soul to the next level of yourself, the space when you get inspiration, upliftment, and joy of new life. And today we have very special guests, and I'm just going to dive straight into what will happen today. If you are somebody who is wondering, how can I reduce stress? How can I increase my energy? How can I release stuck emotions? How can I gain these new levels of aliveness? How can I access resourceful and uplifting states of myself? And how can I gain a clarity of my life and life situation? This podcast is the right space for you today, because we're going to be exploring a deeper meaning of the breathwork. My guests today have a very funny statement on their website that I really, really love. They say, get high on your own supply. When I read this, I was like, oh my God, we're going to get high on our own supply, on our own breath. And they also say that through this powerful breath work, you can connect to your inner power. You can breathe, you can release, you can energize, and you can really gain the amazing state of well-being for yourself and for others. And who are these wonderful people who are joining me right now from the wonderful island that we're sharing together? We have Taya, and she says the woman is the key. And I completely and totally believe in that. We're living in a new reality when the feminine energy is leading and we are supporting, and women are the key. So who is Taya? In the essence, she is a magician. She is somebody who creates unexplainable results for her clients. When she coaches and leads and transforms people, they come out of their sessions and they feel something happened to me that I cannot explain. I cannot put my finger on it, but I'm completely different human being as a result of my collaboration and work with Taya. I've experienced it myself. I remember working with Taya myself. I left this long session. It was, I think, 2.5 hours. I came home to my wife and I was like, oh my God, this was the most amazing session I have experienced in my life. And she is the key. If you really want to transform your life, if you want to get to the next levels of yourself, she is the right practitioner to work with. She has multiplicities of certification. I don't want to get into that. You can read more about her at the soulpilot.org website. She is coaching. She is practicing mindfulness techniques. She is practicing the breath work and energy work, but she is a wonderful key, a wonderful musician, a wonderful magician and musician, maybe, and a true oracle. Now, behind every successful woman is an equally successful man. I'm just reversing this the other way around. The audience is going to be, what is he talking about? But it's true. You know, behind the key, there is another key. And this is Till. Till is a wonderful man, heart-based, heart-centered. I love Till. The first time that we met each other, we resonated, we connected immediately, and we recognized one another. Why? Because he's also transformational coach as I am. He has been working with leaders, world leaders in different organizations. He was empowering thousands of people to reach the new level of self-awareness, self-leadership, and embodying their higher self. And I know from my own work, to be able to do this work in business and to be able to show up and really get leaders who are tough, hardcore in the business, to elevate their consciousness, to connect to their higher selves, to transform who they are, requires a lot of energy, a lot of work, and a lot of guts. He also helps people connect to their hearts, to their souls. He is also good in connecting people to their strongest pain, but also to their highest joy. So he's a unique transformational coach that really enables people to create to their purpose and live their purposeful life. So my guests are amazing. You're going to have a lot of fun in this chat today. And we have agreed just to jump into this experience. So first of all, welcome you both.
Well, thank you so much, Zoran, for having us and for this crazy, beautiful introduction. It's like a love shower. Wow. And I can only say, yeah, you're right. You know, behind every successful woman, there is a successful man, you know, empowering me. And without Till, I would only know half of it. And we'll get into it later. But the key is really to merge all of it. Yeah. And without him, I would never have the the thinking bigger, getting the full context, thinking globally. How does what I teach people through the body can affect the economy, can affect businesses, can affect the corporate, and vice versa. And I think, just to make it short, before we jump into the experience itself, it needs ideally everything at the same time. How we work with the body, soul, mind, breath, everything you guys do. And I was so lucky to learn a lot from Till, although I'll never get to that level of mindset coaching and transformational coaching. But yet to know that it's there and to know a little bit makes my work so much more powerful. And yeah, without him, no, definitely I wouldn't have that reach and that impact. So it's the impact. Yeah. So yes, definitely it needs men and women, no doubt about it. And thank you again. Thank you for this beautiful introduction. So happy to be here with you guys right now.
Yeah, we are so blessed to be with you here, Zora, because I know you have such a beautiful soul. And yeah, without my wife, I wouldn't be where I am. It really needs the male and the female to put it together. I learned so much from Taya on the whole embodiment side, where perhaps the male practice is to go out into spirit. The female practice is really more to embody it and to hold it. And yes, today we're going to dive into breathing, into breathwork. And there's a beauty why both of us, why we work with the breath, because basically the breath is the key to every change. When you want to have anything different in your life, when you want to evolve, when you want to change, the breath is the key. Why? Think for it. Think about it for a moment. Whenever something changes in your surrounding, when your emotion changes, when your mood changes, when your physical changes, what happens at the very same moment? You change your breathing patterns. Mm-hmm. We do it over and over again the whole day, but here's a clue. We are not aware of it. And the moment we become aware of it, we can actually use the brain, we can turn it around, and we can use the brain for exactly the changes we want to see in our lives. Whether it's in our personal life, whether it's in our relationship, whether in our business, you name it. The breath is really the entry gate. And let's jump straight into it, what you can use it for. We brought some, call it biohacks, or however you want to call it. And we want to give you guys an experience of what it can do. And for that, perhaps right now, you want to check in into yourself. What level of aliveness are you currently at? Like right now, on a scale of 1 to 10, how alive do you feel? And with aliveness, I mean, it's a combination of how alive you feel in your body, your mental capacity, and your emotional capacity. And just out of the guts, take a number, like if it's a 1 or 2, you're really rigid and stiff, yeah? And a 10, you're all the way up there, and probably most people are somewhere in the middle. Just take a number for yourself, and we'll come back to that number later. And by the way, with the breathing exercises we give you right now at the start, it's best actually if you do them when you sit down or you can stand. Please do not drive your car. If you drive a car, just pause for a moment right now, pull on the side, find a nice parking, and do them then. Yeah, because we want you to get the experience. And let's start with one exercise which I call the 5-6-1 breathing. And it's a very simple technique to basically rebalance ourselves. Yeah, and you do it in the way that you inhale for 5 seconds and you exhale for 5 seconds. Yeah, and you do this 6 times for 1 minute. This is why it's called 5-6-1. And let's do this all together. And you breathe through the mouth. So when you sit on a chair, make sure that you sit upright. Okay, you can close your eyes or leave them open, just as you wish to. And just start breathing through the nose. And when you inhale for 5 seconds and you exhale, yeah, this is a longer inhale and exhale than you normally take. Okay, and make sure that you inhale fully all the way in your body, not just in the chest area, but especially in the belly area as well. Okay, are you ready? So here, let's go. So inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 2 more. Beautiful. That's it. And this is just the base to prepare you for the next one. By the one we just did, it's like a biohack. You can use it anywhere at work or wherever you are, but then make it a 5-6-5. Do not do it just for 1 minute, but do it for 5 minutes. And you will feel how it will rebalance your system. Now, the next one is a little stronger one. And we're going to breathe through the mouth, like Taya and I practice it when we do our breath workshops. So make sure that you sit upright, that your spine is pretty straight, yeah, and that you find a good balance in your body. And for that, you may want to close your eyes to really be inside. And I just explain the sequence, and then we do it. And this is called 1-14. So we do a slot of 14 breaths through the mouth. These are intensive breaths through the mouth, in and out. Same length inhale, then exhale. Okay. And after the last exhale, you pause at the bottom of the exhaling for 30 seconds. Then you inhale again and you hold it for 15 seconds and let it spread out all over your body. And then you're back to normal. Okay, so the whole thing just takes 1.5 minutes. All right, so here we go. I just need to drink a little bit of water first.
We all do.
Yes. So just let your jaw drop, make it through the open mouth, and 14 inhaling and exhaling without a pause. Here we go. And with every inhale, you feel how your belly area expands and then your chest area. Six, 7. Make it a good strong inhale, and then on the exhale, you just let go. Beautiful. 9. Almost there. 12. 13. And you inhale one more time, and then you exhale completely, and you stay there at the bottom of the exhale for 30 seconds. And then you inhale fully, really fully. Hold it for 15 seconds and let all the air spread into your body. Feel it in your head, feel it in your shoulders, feel it going down all the way to your legs. And while you hold the breath, and then softly and gently you let it go. And then you go back to normal breathing patterns. Perhaps already now, this was just a little warming up of 2.5, 3 minutes. You feel something. You feel an altered awareness. You might feel a spaciness, or some might feel a little dizziness. Others feel more clarity. Yeah. And so these were just 3 minutes. We normally do this for 45 or for an hour. So you can imagine what will happen. And now I hand it over to Taya, because she has some nice breathing and exercises for us as well.
Yeah, thank you. Exactly. We go a little bit deeper into the physical experience and why do we want to do it? Tell us, Zoran, how do you feel already different now after these nice little, warm-up exercises that Till gave you?
Amazing, elevated. I had this buzzing and tingling in my energy field. I felt like, the day kind of got lifted and cleared up for my system. I feel more present and I feel more in alignment with myself. And I'm like, my energy level increased because I was doing the, measuring when you spoke, I was around 5, 4.5 because I already had a long day behind me. So now I'm nearly like 7-ish. I could feel like whoa, I'm there. So amazing.
And if you feel more energy and you feel more presence and everything you just described, how can you listen and absorb and learn and be more present in this conversation? What would you say?
Much more deeper, more present, and more aligned and more available.
Right. Yeah. And if you feel a little bit deeper, all of us three now are a little bit more connected, right? Just for a bit of breathing. Yeah. Before we were still like, what do we talk about? Let's get started. And now we're here. Yeah.
You're descended. Yeah, exactly. You're more in presence and more connection between three of us. Yeah.
Nice. And this, for everyone who is listening and watching now, this is exactly why we chose to start with all of you to do the exercise first, because we want for you, for the rest of the podcast, for the next 10, 20, 30 minutes, we want you to, get as much of everything we talk about into your system, that you can enjoy the podcast more. If you enjoy it more, you learn something. Yeah. you will make up your own mind, like what's true for you, what resonates, what doesn't. So let's get a little bit deeper into our bodies so we can experience with even more joy and fun. Yeah. What is fun, we want more of, right? So let's do this. I need a little bit more body. So, again, close your eyes, everyone. And for now, you can just sit and start breathing again a little bit more fully, deeply. I suggest you start breathing through your open mouth, roll your shoulders a little bit. Yeah. So if I tell you to just drop into your body, you go, usually what people do, they start closing their eyes and they're like, okay, I drop in my body, I drop in my body, I drop in my body. But what they do is like with closed eyes, they kind of observe from inside down to their body. This is not what I mean by dropping into your body. What I mean is starting to breathe fully and opening the borders that we all, in the Western world, especially in our culture, close. And that's the border between the neck and the head, most of all, right? Especially now in this COVID year, we're on our phones even more, on our screens even more, in our head even more. So let's do this first. Move your neck, always very gently with your neck. Move your shoulders, expand your diaphragm as you're breathing, and allow the air to go up into your shoulders. And when I say this, I mean feel it, okay? Get curious like a newborn baby who's never felt the air in her lungs before, has never felt the movement in her shoulders. Move your neck, breathe. Nice. And now you can drop a little bit deeper, open up, breathe, bring your focus into your chest, your heart space. Breathe and feel. Notice all of us are always saying we need to lead from the heart. We need to listen to our heart. We need to, follow our heart. But for this, you need to activate your heart. You need to have an open chest. Yeah, you need to have a lot of energy in your heart. So start breathing and breathe into your chest, into the sides, between your shoulder blades, underneath your sternum. Create some space, close your eyes again and feel it. Notice how by now, you've actually really dropped already a little bit more down into your body. So now bring your focus to the diaphragm. Breathe and stretch the diaphragm open. And again, feel it as you're breathing. And again, you move and breathe your way, your style, your pace. you cannot possibly do anything wrong with this. Yeah, I'm just asking you to experience your body a little bit more from inside. All right, so you breathe, you feel. I put my screen a little bit down because I want you to here. Okay, stretch it open now. Your diaphragm, feel underneath your rib cage, and now open up that border between our heart and the emotions, our belly. Yeah. Breathe there, feel it, open up. Ah, nice. And sink a little bit deeper. Guide the air as deep as you can down into your lower belly, your pelvis. Yeah, move your lower back a little bit. I should have said you can also turn up, turn up kind of your antennas, like that saying, feel like dance as if nobody's watching, move now as if nobody's watching, feel and experience a little bit as if nobody's watching. Be with yourself, go deep inside, and now even feel your legs. You can put your hands on your legs, and feel down your legs, feel your feet on the ground, relax your feet. Notice how now you've dropped more into your body. And feel the presence. How has your presence changed in the last few minutes? How is there more energy flow? And how does this energy flow maybe reach more of who you are, more places in your body? Take a few more breaths and you can say it out loud to yourself or at least silently inside. And notice how it is for you. And notice where in your body it feels good. Yeah. We tend to focus on the problem like, oh, no, now she makes me move. I feel my stiff back even more. Yeah, no, find that place inside of yourself where it feels good. Yeah, where you say like, oh, this feels good. I actually would like to have more of it. So you breathe there and you kind of tell yourself, I like this. It's like almost as if you're teaching your brain, oh, she wants actually more of this. I didn't know because she's always focusing on her stiff back. So I kind of feel she wants to hold on to it, but actually you want more of the good stuff. Yeah. Breathe there, feel it. Exhale. And for a moment, just feel. You can put your hands on your body or not. And really feel for a moment while you keep breathing. How are you here right now in all of your body? And how does it change your presence? How does it change the connection to yourself? How does it change the connection to the people around you? And how does it change your connection to your life and the world? Yeah? And don't think, just feel, keep breathing. Maybe some new answers come through your body, into your mind. Yeah, don't force it, just feel it. Yeah. So Zoran, you are my little test person here. So if you would just please share with the audience, how was it for you? How do you feel now?
Wonderful, even more connected to myself and also connected to the energy around me. I begin feeling the sense of relaxation and release. It's like the tension that I was holding in my body that was a little bit unconscious and I was not even realizing it was there, was getting released through the breath and through the movement as well. Certain thoughts came up, but they were through the breath, they were released. So the thought will come up and then it will go away, and then more thoughts. So I feel like my mind was decluttering as well, becoming more clear, more present, more crystalline. Yeah, there's certain observation in the body, certain aches or pains. I was moving into them and breathing through them. So they were releasing. All in all, great experience.
Wow. And everyone who can watch this now, even look how Zoran's face has changed in the past 10 minutes. Yeah. Yeah. Can you see the more aliveness, the more, something like a clearing happened? Yeah. Can you feel it in your own face a little bit as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I feel like the elevation, clearing, and aliveness and vitality actually as well.
Right. Amazing. So I take you into another short exercise because exactly what you just said, it's very short, don't worry, but it's crucial. You said, I'm just beginning to feel the relaxation of all the tension I have in my body. Yeah. And why, for example, meditation doesn't work for so many people in the Western world is because we live in such an intense world where we create so much tension in our bodies. We can be so conscious, we can do our exercise like, sports, and yet we have energetic tension in our bodies that we hold on to. And for many people, it's just not possible to say like, now relax. Yeah. Maybe we calm our minds, we relax a little bit. You know this, after great meditation, 30 minutes later, you're back in the stress. Like, what the fuck? It's like, how? So we go into a little more depth here. So close your eyes again and feel your body where it is right now. You all have more energy, at least the ones of you who engaged and went for it. Yeah. Feel all of this energy. And now I intentionally bring you back into a stressful moment, just for a little bit. Okay. And I'll explain later why. Right now, just trust me, okay? It's going to do magic for you, okay? So find a moment of your day today or yesterday or just as long as the past week, one moment that you know from yourself, yeah? Most of you guys who are listening to this, I'm sure you've worked on yourself. So you know about that you have patterns, that you're holding yourself back from living your full potential, all of this. So pick one of these patterns and more specifically, one situation in your life today, yesterday, or in the past week where you did that, yeah? Where you allowed circumstances to lead you and you were not leading your life fully. You were not creating the circumstances, right? So something happened that was stressful. Exactly. You know what I mean? So pick your situation right now and remember it. Remember it, go in there for a moment. And yeah, it can be in your business, in your work, it can be in your relationship, it can be with your kids. It can be any area. Just pick it now, stay with it, and feel it. Yeah? Who was with you? Where were you? Allow to remember it. Yeah, what were you thinking? How did you feel your breathing change? What are you doing inside of your body when you feel stressed or shocked or stuck, whatever it was for you? And allow it a little bit. Allow it a little bit more. Yeah, just allow it to happen. Don't force it, but maybe you notice how you breathe a little less. Maybe you notice how you get a little bit more stiff, how you contract a little bit more in certain areas. And notice how you're contracting. Yeah. Notice where you're contracting. Stay in it. Remember what you said. Remember what you thought. Yeah. And now notice how you changed everywhere in your body and mind. Yeah. Just after this amazing first two experiences where you opened and had more energy flow, now I took you back into that. Yeah. Do you still like it? Does it still feel real? Ask yourself. Yeah. When you do it intentionally, consciously, notice you're not breathing anymore as much. You're contracting, your mind closed, your heart closed a little bit more in your way. Yeah. And just notice how you allowed to react in this way to what was going on outside. All right? And now ask yourself, do you like it? Do you want to keep doing this? Yeah? And most of the time, the answer is no. So feel it, stay in there. And I want you in a moment to make a decision to snap out of it, open up. You're everywhere where you're contracting, and start breathing fully through your mouth and allow your body to move in the way it needs. Do it now. Open up, breathe. Feel again, move your neck, move your back, move your shoulders. You can open your eyes or not. Breathe, feel your legs on the ground again. Put them back on the ground. Feel your lower body, your middle body, your upper body. Move your neck, especially your neck. 2, 3 more, full breath. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Good. Breathe. Feel. Land back right here in the smallest, more energy flow, and feel and ask yourself, if you can choose, how are you going to deal with a similar situation in the future? What are you going to do next time? Ask yourself right now, if you have the power of your body ready. Feel, ask yourself, breathe, allow the answers to come from your body. Notice it, feel it. Open your eyes when you're ready. Yeah, and again, Zoran. It's your time, please. Share with the audience, share with everyone as much as personal as you like, of course, but share a bit. Like, what did it do to you?
It just shifted that situation immediately. Because I was having a very stressful situation last week, Friday, when I was aware that I was really stressed out and it was too many things happening at the same time. It was one of these moments, it was just multiple situations at the same time. And I could feel how my body was reacting. And I was mindful and aware, but I didn't breathe. I was just still in the situation. So when I brought the situation back into my present moment right now, the exercise, I felt like how quickly I was able to transform it and then presence and be with that stress in a constructive way so that the energy can flow through my body and through my breath and I can engage and then choose how to respond in this situation versus being very reactive as I was at that moment in time. So it was great.
Wow.
It was great.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's such an amazing example, because this feeling of it's just too much happening at the same time, everyone knows it. Everyone knows it. Every housewife with 7 kids, every multi-million, I work with so many different people, and everyone knows this feeling. It's too much happening at the same time. If you use all of your power, you can deal with it. Yeah. Suddenly it's manageable and it's actually exciting. Yeah, you're a successful man. You have such a rich life. Of course, there is so much going on in your life. Right? If you can ride that wave, wow. Yeah. So thank you so much for sharing.
And it's wonderful to have the tool in that moment to be with it and not to be kind of, overwhelmed or thrown away or feeling that intense nervousness and stress as you were talking about in our physical body as tension. So I think it's super important to do all of that in this moment. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you everyone for, diving into this. And I think it's the best way to start any conversation. That's why I wanted to.
Absolutely. You wanted to share something. Was I right to hear that you wanted to speak or not?
Who?
You.
I just I never want to be guided back in those situations where you don't have access to your breath, and it's like, oh, okay, I go into this. And then you see actually in those moments what you're missing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's really about having this awareness all the time to snap yourself out of it by connecting to a proper breathing. Yeah. Because that's what we all do. The moment something is stressful, we hold the breath, we breathe in a shallow way. And with that, we cut ourselves off from all aliveness, from all the emotional variances we have in us, most of all from all our thinking capacities. And what I like so much about the breath is because I'm used to be a person who is more like tensed and tight as well. You know, and growing up in corporate, you always talk from this part of your body. You know, everything is very logical. You make these amazing presentations and everything, but yet something is missing in the room. The aliveness is missing, yeah? And you feel it like when you're in a workshop and you have an amazing creative workshop, for example, yeah? It doesn't come out of your head. It comes out of our whole system. It comes out of our capacity, out of our ability to open up to a greater wisdom, a greater knowledge, however you want to call it, some intelligence that is in the room and that can only be accessed the moment we come out of our head, we come into our being, we come into our intuition, and we open up. Yeah, it's really like this open mind, open emotion, and an open body. And I love these moments when this happens with several people in a room, magic kicks in. And this is why I like the breathwork so much, because this is a super highway to come to that place.
Absolutely. And so what would you say to listeners when it comes to the tools and techniques? Can anybody breathe just naturally and connect to their breath just like that? Or is it important for all of us to learn how to breathe properly in order to be able to access the power of the breath work?
Well, we all knew it straight from the beginning. The moment all of us, we entered this world, how did we enter the world? I would say 99.7% of the people. With a big scream. There was this big, yeah, I'm here. You know, I'm here with all my capacity, with my full lungs. This is the first sign of being alive, of entering this world. And then we lost it. And then we lost it somewhere on the way. Yeah. And today, when I look into boardrooms or when I do workshops, one of the first things I always do is trying to bring people back into that state, because we dim ourselves down more and more through experience we had in life where we didn't allow ourselves to breathe fully, or where we did hold ourselves back, where we didn't express ourselves fully. And with this, of course, the breathing goes away. They say we use about between 20 and 30% of our breathing capacity. And the trick with the breathing is we all survive on that, but we do not thrive.
Yeah.
It doesn't bring us in any peak states. It doesn't access the potential. And I learned this from top athletes and from Buddhists who have special breathing techniques. And I thought, what's so special about these people? How can they so easily access these peak states and stay there? And the breath was the secret.
And Taya, what would you say? Is it something that we have to learn or remember, or there are certain techniques that we kind of need to start relearning or repracticing in order to tap into that power and use it in our daily life?
We got it all. We've got it all. See, when I work with anyone I meet first, I bring myself into looking at this person, and I allow myself to fall in love with their essence. And I see everyone like a complete, perfect piece of art that I can add is to put it in the right light, that it can radiate out in the most powerful way, let's say, yeah? So no, and especially if we allow ourselves to be in our bodies and to allow ourselves to be free in our body knows when to breathe, how, what way to what area in your body, fast, slow, the pace, the way, the style. We know this, yeah? So if we talk breathwork, yeah, what we chose as the most powerful technique is the most powerful technique for us, for the goal we have. Yeah, we use breathwork to open up people, get into their emotions, their gut, their heart, you know, like I always say all of their intelligences. For me, the somatic system includes the thinking. Thinking is an energy, believing is an energy, yeah? So all of it, if we allow ourselves to be free and energized and allow the flow of energy through us, we know how to breathe. No doubt about it. Yeah. Do we need to learn it? Yeah. Honestly, we need to learn it a little bit. We need to learn how to allow it. And then you can learn all the different techniques. And at some point, hopefully, they come more naturally through you.
Exactly. Yeah. Because that's what I'm observing as well sometimes, that people are either a little bit shy to express themselves to their breath, or they're a little bit blocked, or they got used to only being in their mind, and they don't really capture that holistic intelligence of all the systems we have inside ourselves, the somatic space that you're referring to. And I think it's super important in those moments for all of us to be vulnerable and to be willing to relearn what we already know. We already have it, but to relearn it in order to tap into the full power of it, because nobody actually teaches you in school and university. Hello, let's start the lesson with powerful breath work so we can really open up and connect. Let's start this meeting with the movement of our bodies so we can really relate to one another. We all tend to tense, right? So, and then as the years go by, we keep on forgetting about it. So I think it's super important for people to be empowered to learn or relearn once again.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really a relearning, because we really knew it, but it's somehow we don't have it. We can't think about it. And because, as you say, Zoran, no one teaches it. I mean, there should be, a subject in school, how to properly breathe. Yes, you learn it when you're a long distance runner. You learn certain techniques, how to breathe. Yeah. But in everyday life where we need it, yeah, nobody teaches it to us. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry?
Go ahead, Taya. Go ahead.
I just wanted to add one thing, because what you just said, we don't learn it at university. We don't learn it in school. Yeah, maybe some of our Ibiza kids now do learn it. That's also why we're here. So, but we definitely didn't. Yeah, we definitely didn't learn this stuff, never. And I just want to give you an example of one of my, powerful clients right now that I've been working with for a year and training her. And she's a mindfulness teacher herself. She has a huge platform, teaching thousands and thousands, like almost 20,000 people in her lives with her partner. And a year ago, she felt like, oh my God, this mindset work is amazing. I, made myself become financially free in 5 years through it. I can create anything I want. I can manifest, but still something is missing. Yeah. So she realized she was still not fully doing all of that amazing stuff from the depths of the core of her heart, of her gut, of her yoni. Like if you really ask women and men, where do you feel it? They always say, in my heart. It's not in my mind, it's in my heart. Now, if you're really honest, it's in many places where you know the things, where your intuition is. Sometimes it's like really in your lower belly. Yeah, it's that wildness. It's this, I go for it. I know it. I want it. I go for it, And this already is such a game changer. Anyway, so why did she do all of these things in the first place? Because she was so suffering in her schooling time. Yeah. In her school, she was already, as a child, she felt, I'm not agreeing with what you teach me. I know there is more. And she had to stay in the school and suffer it. So as an adult, she went full circle, and now she's teaching thousands and thousands and thousands of people, 100,000 on her app that she created. Yeah. And now she wants to include the breath and the body, because she realized she wants to give everyone this knowledge as well. So yeah, we don't learn it in school, but we wish we did. And we want our children to learn it earlier. Right? That they can have access to all of this power.
Absolutely. Yeah. And then I love that, to have access to all of this power, because one of the things that is really special and important about the breath work, that you really get into this connection to your power, to your breath, to your release, to your energy, and you feel your life more than you can ever feel it before. And that's why I love that work, because you feel that power inside of you. And then you tap into your creational power, which is you can create and co-create exactly the life that you want to see for yourself and for the rest of the world.
Yeah.
And I think there's a huge desire and a huge yearning in society in general to be more connected, to be more connected to yourself, to the people around you. And probably everyone could feel it just from the little exercise we did at the beginning, how more connected you start feeling. And this is why there's a big tendency like these days that people really try everything to be more connected and at the same time dive deeper in their own truth. This is like many people work with sacred medicine, for example. And we have many people who come to breathwork and who are worked with sacred medicine before. Yeah, they said, "Wow, this is even stronger." And what I like so much about it is that it opens you up, but then you can really start the work. What will your life look like when you make the decisions out of such a state? Yeah. Mm-hmm. How will your company look like? How will you treat your employees? How will you treat your spouse and your kids? Yeah. Then you get all the insights and you think, holy shit, I really want to become active out of that state. Yeah. And this is what we love so much about breathwork and why we incorporate it in some of our programs, which are several days long and some are going on for 6 weeks, because you get people to that state quickly and you can still work with them. Then you take the actions, then you take the decisions. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, what brought me to breathwork, and I don't know whether breathwork is it or not. I had a vision, which it came in a dream to me, like I think 12 years ago now. And this vision, what I saw a huge room full of people, 500 people in there. And then I looked closer and I realized these were all heads of states, politicians, CEOs. And I looked closer into this dream and I came across that it was actually something happening at the World Economic Forum. And I think you, Zoran, you even work for them. Mm-hmm. And then there was something happening in this room. Some people were doing something. Yeah. And in an instant, these 500 people, they changed. They became the best version of themselves. They were fully connected with their heart and with their intellect and with the amazing manifesting power most of these people have. Yeah, it was such a beautiful dream. And after this experience, there was a break, but there was an assignment. Everyone had to take 3 actions immediately. And they were all going on the phones and were doing the decisions that really brought their countries, that really brought their companies forward in the most human way you can imagine, Mm-hmm. And I know it's possible. I know it's possible.
What a wonderful vision. And now we need this more than ever. I really would like all the politicians to come together and do the breathwork workshop with you face to face or virtually. So we know
let's do it all together. Exactly. Yes, we are up for that. Yes.
We all need to breathe, especially now. We need to be all activated. And what works for me when I'm kind of playing and working with you and talking to you right now, I feel that my body is being activated. And if you think about your dreams, the activation of the humanity, activation of the leadership of humanity, through the breath, we can go very long way. So I'm mindful of our time. So what I would love to do next with you guys, just for you to talk a little bit to our audience, how can they reach you? How can they play with you virtually or face-to-face? Where are you? Because I'm sure people will come and they want to learn with you and from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taya, you go ahead. Yes.
Okay, let's go, Taya. Go ahead.
First of all, we would love to have everyone who listened until now. I'm sure this is for you. Take it a little bit further. We invite you every month. We have a few breathwork. We travel. There is by now on Zoom a beautiful, beautiful community every month where you can connect with like-minded people, where we breathe together with people, mostly from Europe, but, some even Asia states, lots of beautiful people, South Africa, coming together. So try it out if you want to, get to know us a little bit more. That's every month. And maybe Till wants to talk a little bit about our programs that you could like.
And I mean, the monthly breathworks, it's an amazing entry gate for you to test. Is it a good tool? We just did it a couple of minutes. In there, we will breathe for 45 minutes. And so you can see, is it the right tool for you? Yeah. And then we start taking it a step further. And the next step would be in April, from April 11th until 13th, we have our next 3-day online live course coming up. It's called Get Higher on Live. And there we actually use breathwork as well every day, but then we take the journey further. We go into from these elevated states and have a look into the true purpose of your life. And what is it that really makes you tick and what you really want to live your life for? Yeah. So then we enrich it with content. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
can I just add a little bit to this? Because
sure.
that's how we started the year off in the beginning of January, and everyone was like, more than 100 people together. And the way we do it is really that you can meet each other. Yeah. Zoom is so great today. You can meet people, you be active. You'll never sit for longer than 30 minutes. It's never going to get boring for just a second. And by the end of the 3 days, everyone was like, oh, we have more clarity. And most of all, we have more connection. We feel connected again. And when you think about it, since 1 year, we're so isolated. We're dealing with our own stuff. We miss our friends. But there is a way to connect in any second and to feel it. And like the people you love there in your heart, but you don't usually access it. But that's exactly one result you get. Plus, you know exactly who you can be and how you can use the tools in your daily life and take it further. Yeah.
Facilitate the connection for the humanity right now through the breath, through the connection, getting them to be high on life. This is exactly what the humanity needs at this moment in time. I'm so grateful that you're showing up in the life and facilitating and inviting people into this space. I'm sure that a lot of people will benefit from your wonderful work, from your playfulness, from this unique combination that you are in your masculinity and femininity in this wholeness. So I just want to thank you so much for coming to this recording. Once again, for the audience, you can go to soulpilot.org and then you go to Working With Us. And under Working With Us, you can find many, many courses that wonderful people are offering to empower you to become the best possible version of yourself with the breathwork and embodiment. And I specifically love what Till said, that once when the breath is there, then you can explore your life. Then you can go to the next level from that state of freedom, of liberation, of connection to yourself. Then you really choose and look into what you're going to do. Similar, Taya, to what your client has done that you use as an example. So thank you so much. I was super grateful to have this experience with you, to have this experience for our audience. Anything that we'd like to share to end up, few words of wisdom to ping the ending of this recording.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the core of our work is the 6 weeks program. And in one sentence, what is it? It takes you to another level, where you can really live all of it, have the tools, have 6 weeks. How we do it is through intimacy, through connection with a smaller group where everyone needs to show up, gets to be seen, to be heard, to be empowered. And I think that's the core craving, yearning of everyone, to be seen and heard and know who we are, so then we can give more. And that's what we do in the 6 weeks program. So that's live and online. So it's a hybrid format. And if you like to look into this, if this is calling you more because you've already done so many other things and you feel advanced enough, please look into that. And other than that, I just want to thank you from the heart. I mean, this hour went past like nothing. It's like, whoa, I'm so inspired. I want to do more. It's really fun. Thank you so much for sharing this space and your beautiful audience with
Welcome.
us.
Until anything,
I make it very short in one sentence. Never, if you are not fulfilled with the state you are in at any moment, don't accept it. Change it. There's tools to get out of it, like this, and train it. It's a skill. And that's what we all need. That's what humanity needs, that we are all the time in our best states, because from there, we really change the world. That's what I believe in.
Thank you so much, listeners, for listening. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sensational and wonderful conversation, and practice, watch it, learn it from it, and sign up. Thank you so much. Lots of love. Thank you so much for coming and being guest today. Bye for now.
Thank you, Zoran. Ciao, ciao.